What's up guys, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to take a look at this 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. This vehicle is finished off in Snazberry, which is a new color for 2021. Big shout out and thank you to Carolina Auto Direct. They're providing this SUV for today's video. Check out the link to their website down in the description below. They have a really large selection of nearly brand new pre-owned vehicles just like this Wrangler, so definitely check them out. So this vehicle is super nice to go ahead and take a look at. We're going to start with underneath the hood, which you actually have these manual latches right here. We can go ahead and open them up. There's one on each side, of course. And you just pull the one lever in the center, and the prop rod is up here. So this has the 3.6 liter 6-cylinder engine, and it makes 285 horsepower with 260 pound-feet of torque. The engine is paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission, and of course this is a 4x4 vehicle. It can be driven in rear-wheel drive, and then of course you can go into 4 high and 4 low. If we go ahead and close it now, you just lift the hood up, you can take the prop rod off and lock it back into place. Gently lower the hood, and then we'll just latch all of these. The Wrangler also weighs in around 4,400 pounds and has a 21.1 gallon fuel tank. You're looking at around 19 miles per gallon in the city with 24 out on the highway. And as far as some of the dimensions, the overall length is 188.6 inches with wheelbase at 118.4. Width is 73.8 and height is 73.6. The off-road capabilities, because this of course is a fantastic off-roader, approach angle is 44 degrees with breakover at 23 degrees, departure is 37 degrees, and minimum ground clearance is even 10.8 inches all bone stock. It can tow a little bit. You're looking around 3,500 pounds, and the payload is at 1,300 pounds. As far as the looks of the Wrangler, this is a very traditional, classic looking design. We have these 7 vertical slots, and I really like the gray accent color. Definitely gives it a nice, unique look. You can also see that same color around all the headlights. These are not the LED headlights, which is an option, but they are halogen. They have a cool little Jeep icon in there, and then you get your turn signals over here. The LED version, those optional ones, are a really cool design. With a plastic bumper up front, a metal one is also available, halogen fog lights, more of this gray trim. I love all the red tow hooks that all these Rubicons are going to have. It's a pretty nice looking front end, definitely really sweet, and I love this color. We also have Rubicon written along this hood. I like all the red accents. Then the power dome shape. I really like the bump in the center. You have these fake vents over on the side, and then a really cool trim piece. These center pieces, these rubber parts, these are actually bumpers. You can actually fold down the windshield and it'll safely fit on there so you don't damage anything. So that's a pretty cool touch. Taking a look at the wheels now, I love the little logo right here, old school Jeep. And then you have the two-tone design. They are 17s, and I really like how the split spoke is. We have off-road tires, of course. You can see the massive fender arches, really cool trim piece, the Jeep Wrangler logo. And these are the Rubicon rock sliders. They're pretty functional, so it's a pretty cool touch to see. And then of course the overall side profile, it's classic Jeep, very squared off rear end. I love this body colored roof. That is an optional extra, so really cool. It just gives it a nice look. You can get a soft top or a black top. And then taking a look at the back, we have the same plastic for this rear bumper, the trailer hitch down below with another red tow hook, full-size spare tire as you would expect, and you even get a backup camera right here. To go ahead and take a look at the inside, we can open up this handle right now. This lift gate, or swing gate I should say, it's going to swing all the way out, and then we have a manual piece of glass. You're just going to lift that up. The storage space is pretty good in here. I have my lunchbox and camera bag, and then this piece right here, you can put the 2 front removable hardtop roof pieces in that bag to safely secure it. Pretty good overall space. Then we can just grab the glass, close it. This is a 2-step opening and closing system, so that's how you do it. We also have your fuel tank gas cap over here, opens up like that. Then if we take a look at the rear seat space, see the door panel. I really like these are actually functional handles right here to help you take these doors off. We have a storage net, and then this is the strap. You take this piece off right here, and then there's a plug in there. Then you just take one bolt off, and then the hinge bolts right there and there to remove these doors. Pretty easy to do. We have black interior, all fabric, some red stitching on it. These headrests do fold down. There's 2 different handles. There's a skinnier one to do that, and then this bigger one right now will actually fold down the entire seat. So I like how everything is laid out. Very flat load floor in here, so with everything down, you have a really good amount of space. Then we also have air vents, window controls, USBs, a 3-prong, 2 cup holders, and then storage and a nice accessory area right here. If I go ahead and hop on to the inside back here, close the door, you have a pretty good amount of space. I have a few inches in front of my knees. My feet are fitting nicely. You can see a lot of glass in here, so it's pretty nice and comfortable. You do have an optional, all this black stuff is an optional extra. Just gives it a nicer look, and I'm sure it helps with sound deadening. You can see it around all of the back as well. And then we do have speakers up here and all of your dome lights. So then we'll go ahead and get into the front seat. Close the door. Front door looks just like the back. You can see everything. You have the same handle down here, release handle, side mirror controls right there, and a much larger net, of course, being a longer door. We have manual controls on the side. Your recline is right here. This one right here will actually raise the seat up and down. And then we have a lumbar support right here. You can see all the stitching, a nice little honeycomb design, Rubicon, and then a full black steering wheel with red stitching. Nice grab handles as well to help you get in and out. Foot on the brake. Go ahead and fire up the vehicle. I like how the Rubicon has all this red trim. As you can see, it goes all around the dash. And you have a nice grab handle over here. When off-roading the passenger, that is great to have 2 sets of handles. So a really cool overall look. This is the medium screen, the 7.4 inch. You can get a larger one that fills out this whole bezel, and then a little tiny one for the base model vehicles. But you have a lot of different controls in here. Radio, of course, media. You have Apple CarPlay, things like that. All the climate control settings also come up on the screen. You have different apps. Taking a look at the backup camera, it's really nice in HD. We have your heated steering wheel, heated seat buttons, going over a few more items, climate controls, a few other controls, phone, and then some settings. You have physical buttons down here for all the climate controls as well, which I think is a really good touch. Window controls are in the center. We have media over here. This is how you actually plug in the Apple CarPlay, 12 volt over on that side. And then the red icon over here, this is your locking differential, front and rear sway bar disconnect, off-road plus. This is what you're gonna see in a Rubicon. Your 4-wheel drive selector is right here. It's like in a manual, which is really cool for off-roading, much better than just a dial for a vehicle like this. Gear selector is over here. You get that same little old school Jeep on it and a nice little red trigger. 2 cup holders and a slot right here that can fit the key fob or your phone. Then a nice use of space for the center console with 2 different openings. Glove boxes over on the other side that is lockable as well. Really good looking steering wheel. We have controls over here where you can control the center screen. There are 9 different menus here, so there's a ton of information that you can see, but I do like all the different things that will come up, all the vitals within the truck. Continuing down, you have some off-road settings, pitch and roll meter. So pretty usable, a lot of clutter though, definitely in the center screen, but you have your physical gauges on the left and right side for speedometer and tach. Definitely a nice interior overall. So let's go ahead and drive this thing. All right, so we're gonna see how this engine and drivetrain configuration is all set up. Automatically locks once you get going around 10 miles an hour. So I like the leather steering wheel. It feels really nice in the hand so far. And then once we get on the road, we'll kind of feel out visibility, the driving dynamics, and all that sort of thing. So coming to a stop now. So the 8-speed and V6, kind of your basic spec. Most of the Wranglers are gonna have this configuration. So it decently gets up to speed. It's not exactly a fast SUV, but it's not too bad. You can opt for a diesel or a turbocharged 4-cylinder. Those are a little bit quicker than this vehicle, but nonetheless, we're getting up to speed nicely. As far as driving this, it's a little noisy. You can hear some wind noise and just a little bit of road noise. The off-road tires, of course, make it just a little bit more on edge comparing it to a stock setup or like a Sahara or maybe one of the sport models. Around a sharp turn, you do get a little bit of body roll. Of course, we have solid front and rear axles, and which when you do this, there is some weird body roll. The car kind of pivots a little bit. So it's not exactly the most perfect solid vehicle on the street, but off-roading, this thing really shines. The low overhangs, all those things, the drivetrain, 4-wheel drive, this is an amazing off-roader. That's really where this truck shines. But as far as normal driving, it's still good enough, you know, comfortable enough. A huge step up from the JK Wrangler, which is the previous generation. As far as the visibility though, I really love how you can really see out of this entire front end. You can see the whole hood and you can see the fender arches. That's a great touch when you're off-road and you can pinpoint the truck wherever you are. But you have a good view out of the front, really nice side windows, and then when you look over your left and right shoulder, you actually have a really good view around as well. So it's pretty nice. There's a lot of glass in it, so it does make it pretty usable. And then as we come up to a stop now, or a turn I should say, hitting the brakes a little bit, they do a good job. Really tight turning circle, so really good to pinpoint this around when you're hitting the trails, getting up to some speed. It struggles a little bit, you know, again, it's not super crazy peppy, but, you know, nonetheless, we're up to speed just like that. As far as using all the interior while driving, I do like how simple it is. I especially love how on this screen you can get all of your climate controls that come up. Makes it very nice and user-friendly, especially for like younger generation people. But you have all the physical controls down below for the people who do not like touchscreen, and I like how they're always there. So depending on whatever screen you're on, I like how you can still change your fan speed, do the things that are at your fingertips without any issues. And then just looking around the interior, really nice. I love the red accents on the Rubicon. You can spec these a little bit higher trim, of course, with leather seats and things like that. This one's kind of a base model spec for a Rubicon. You have all the off-road things, but not really all of the luxuries. And then the three-piece hardtop, you have all the latches up top here. You can just twist these, of course, when you're stopped, undo this one, and you can pop those right off and put them in that storage bag down in the back, and then have a really cool open top experience. Or with a few little tools, you can get the rest of the roof off and have it convertible, and then take the doors off and really have a unique driving experience that not many other SUVs offer. The only thing close is the new Bronco, which is almost out from the time of this recording. That is definitely going to give this a run for its money, I think, with the capabilities of the Bronco. That's going to be probably a much nicer step up. So Jeep is going to probably redesign this sooner than we think just to compete. But overall, really nice vehicle. As far as comfort, the seats are decently comfortable, not really too crazy bolsters or any crazy support. They're pretty generic. It's a little awkward to reach for the recline to get that into a nice place, but you can get them in a pretty good place. Armrests are in a really good spot as well. So it's pretty comfortable in here, not too bad. You can do some longer hauls on this. It won't be as comfortable or as luxurious as maybe a Jeep Grand Cherokee or a Toyota 4Runner, but overall you really do get a pretty good driving experience in it. And when you take in consideration all the crazy off-road features and the fact that this is a Lego truck put together where you can take half of it off, that's a pretty cool feature. So we'll try a little three-point turn just to demonstrate some of the nimble agility aspects, but pretty nimble. Backup camera, super HD. I mean, you can do a three-point turn super easily. Definitely no issues there. And of course the two-door model is going to be a little bit better. And then I like how you do get a lot of space in the back seat, so it's pretty usable even if you have a family. You know, you can take the kids out off-roading with you and have a really good fun day hitting the trails with everybody. So I think that is about it. A POV full review of the 2021 Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. I love the exterior color. Not sure if it really matches too well with the red on the inside. It's a much different shade of red, but I like even the body color, door handles, and mirror caps. That's just a nice touch to make this thing look pretty clean. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Check out Carolina Auto Direct. Huge shout out and thank you to them for providing this Wrangler for today's video. They have a huge selection of awesome pre-owned vehicles just like this. We only have 2,300 miles. It's nearly brand new, so it's a cool buy to find. If you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button down below, and I'll see you guys next video.